Dear student, today we are going to start a new chapter, that is data handling. This is the lesson number 5. Lesson number 5. This is a portion for the second terminal exam. So student, let's recall few points that we have learned earlier. The first one is numerical information is called observation. The collection of all the observation is called data. These all the things we have learned in the earlier class, but I have to remind again. The collection of observation collected initially is called a raw data. The raw data is tabulated in a precise manner. We may represent numerical data through pictures or graph, which is called pictograph representation of data. Pictograph representation of the data has been done in the earlier classes. Even though in the class 4, class 5, we have learned these all things of the data handlings. We have started from the earlier class. The pictograph representation of data using symbol is called again pictograph. If you use symbols and the pictures, that is, we call it pictographs. A display of information using bar of uniform white is called bar graph. Bar graph is very important, that we have already used, learned what is bar graph. In the bar graph, the height of the bar are proportional to the respective values. Okay, these things we have learned already. In the class 7, we have learned about how to find out the central tendency, central value of the data, like mean, medians, and mode. We have learned. But in class 8, we are going to learn a new in the class 8 we are going to learn a new things, that is histogram and a pie chart as the other means of representing data. These two uh, uh, histogram and the this is the introduction. So introduction, I have already read out the all instruction that we have learned in the earlier class. Though in the class 8 we are going, in these chapters we will studying about histograph and the pie chart as other means of representing data. Histograph are the pie charts. Pie chart we call sometimes a circle graphs. So these two things we are going to again learn as other means of representing data in these chapters. So we have learned about the bar graph. I have already told that a bar graph represents observation using bar of uniform white. We have already learned the bar graph, so we no need to discuss again these things about the bar graph. Next one, next one is grouping of data. This is very important. This grouping of data. Okay, we have already learned how to tabulate data with the help of telemarks. Yes, we have already learned how to prepare the tabulate data by using the telemarks. Now consider the data showing the mark of 50 students in all in the test out of 50. These are all marks for 50 students. This data would be difficult to tabulate as the number of observations is very large because there are 50 students. So we cannot tabulate the data because the number is very large. So what we are going to use now is also the observation have very different value. The value of these marks are very different. Okay, value that are not repeated, they are not repeated. So here we need to condense the data, dividing into group and then get the frequency observation in its group. Means we have to, here we need to condense the data, okay, in this way. So we are going to divide the data into the groups, and then the frequency observation in each group. In this way we are going to prepare the data. Why? Because if the observation of the data is very large, if it is very large, we cannot we cannot form in the tabulate data because the numbers of the observation are very large. So we have to organize, we have to prepare, uh, we have to condense the data, this all the data, dividing into the groups like 0 to 10, 10 to 20, 20 to 30, 40 to 30, and 50 to 30 in the shortcut in the So in the short form. So in this grouping of data, we have to deal with the large data. If the number of the observation of data is very large, we have to use this type uh, of the preparation of the tables in the short form. Okay. Now again, now let's see. Now the 50 observation has been put into 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 group. Note that each group of the same size. The group has same size 0 to 10, 10 to 20, and 20 to 30, and 30 to 40, and 40 to 50. That is 10 marks. Here from 0 to 10, 10 marks. From 10 to 20, 10 marks. 20 to 30, 10 marks. 30 to 40, 10 marks. 40 to 50, 10 marks. So all observation between 0 to 9 will put in the first group, that is 0 to 10. From 0 to 9 we have to put up to 10, and all the observation between 10 to 20, 19 will put in the second observation, that is 10 to 20 marks. Okay, in this way we are going to prepare the frequency distribution table. Understand? So the common observation always belongs to the higher class, that is 30 will belongs to 30 to 40, not 20 to 30. The higher class will be means 10 to 0 to 10. If you want to count how many marks from 0 to 10 is, so you have to count up to 0 to 9 only, not up to 0 to 10. 0 to 10 should be count from the next step, sorry, from the next group. Understand? So again, here we put the 50 observation in 5 group. Each group is called class interval. This type of preparation of marks from 0 to 10, and 10 to 20, 20 to 30, 40 to 40, 30 to 40, and 40 to 50, we call it as a class interval. Okay, this is a class interval. When we group frequency table, we take equal class interval. We should take equal class interval. Okay, here also same size, 10, 10, 10. If it is 5, 5, 5, 20, 20, 30, 30, 40, 40, we have to make in the same size for the class interval. The number of observations falling in a particular class interval is called frequency of it. These are the frequency of the classes. Okay, we call it frequency class interval. This is a class frequency. So the class frequency of 0 to 10 class interval is 2. And for the class interval for 10 to 20 is 15. This is according to this data we are finding the frequency. Okay, sometimes the class size may be differ in grouping, but in this chapter we shall be dealing only with the equal class size. Means in this, what is class size again we will discuss. Okay, look at the class interval. You just look at the class interval. These are all the class interval. We make 0 to 10, 10 to 20, 20 to 30, 30 to 40, and 40 to 50. In the class interval, these are all the class interval. Okay, 0 to 10. The lower limit is 0. Which one is a lower limit? 0. And the upper limit is 10. Similarly, in the class interval from 30 to 40, the lower limit is 30 and the upper limit is 40. Let us now find the class size or the class Y. The difference between the upper limit and the lower limit is called what? Class size. How will you make the class size? After you prepare the class interval, first we are going to prepare the class interval, and after that we are going to see how many number will be in the 1 group. So how will you find? By to find this class interval between two numbers, we are going to take the difference between the upper and the lower class limit. That is, we call it class size. So if you minus these two, 0 is the lower limit, 10 is the upper limit. If you subtract, you will get 10 here. In this, now this group is in the same size, that is 10. The class interval, size of the class interval will be 10, 10, 10, 10. All the class intervals should be in the equal numbers, in the equal size. So the difference between the upper and the lower class limit is called the class size. See, let's see the example here in this. here here is 10 minus 10 minus sorry 10 minus 0 is 10, 20 minus 10 is 10, 30 minus 20 is 10, 30 minus sorry 40 minus 10 is 10, 50 minus 40 is 10. Therefore the class size are size of distribution is equal. All the class size should be in the equal distribution. What is class size? Class size is a difference between the upper limit and the lower limit. If you subtract upper limit and lower limit, you will get the class size. So again, another point. The midpoint of the class is called class mark. What is a class mark? Now listen here. The midpoint of the class is a class mark. This is obtained by finding the mean of upper and the lower limit of lower limit for a class 20 to 30. The class mark is mean between the one group, that is 10 to sorry 20 to 30. You have to we have to add upper and the lower limit and divided by 2. We will get the mean of mean of upper limit and the lower limit. We call it, that is class mark. So again, let's see the class mark of 40 to 50. What is the mean of this 40 to 50? We have to find out. To take the means, then we have to add upper limit and the lower limit. If after adding, you have to divide it by 2, then we will get the class mark. Okay, here this is a remember. The class size is same. So whenever you prepare the frequency distribution tables, the class interval should be always in class interval of class size should be always same, but class mark are different for all the class interval. Class mark will be different. It will not equal with the uh, equal like class size. Okay, this is a class mark. Finding the class mark to obtain by finding the means of the upper and the lower limit, that is 20 to 30. If you add up to our upper limit and the lower limit and then divide by 2, you will get the class mark. Again, we'll revise again this one. What grouping of data? Grouping of data, this one is class interval, and in between this gave the size of the each group should be same. Okay, this how will you prepare this make the same size? By difference between upper limit and the lower limit. The upper limit is this, lower limit is in the group, the smallest one will the lower limit and the biggest one will be upper limit. If you subtract if you take the difference of that two numbers, then you will get the class size. That will be the class size. And again about the midpoint about the midpoint of the class, we call it class mark. How we are going to find out the class mark? To find for finding the class mark, first we need to take the mean of upper and the lower class limit. That is, we need to add the upper and the lower class limit and then divided by 2. We will get the class mark. This is how we are going to find out the class mark, and this is how we are going to find out the size of the class size with equal distribution. So you have to remember this. The class size is same, but the class mark are different for all the classes of interval. So class size and the class mark are not same. Class size should be equal in their distribution, but whereas in case of class mark, there will be different for all the classes interval. Okay, so we have already learned how to prepare the group frequency distribution. So we will going to have calculate the examples for preparing the group frequency distribution by using the class interval. Okay, let's see the examples. Okay, dear student, now we are going to have one example how to prepare the frequency distribution tables. Now let's see. This is a question. Construct a frequency distribution table for the data on a weight in kg of 20 students of a class using interval 30 35, 30 to 35, 35 to 40, and so on. These are all the data given for the weight of the student. Now we are going to find out the frequency table. Now we are going to first prepare the frequency tables. First, in this solution, we will have the lowest observation. Who is the lowest observation? Lowest observation, lowest observation, and the highest observation. We have to find out the lowest observation and the highest observation first. According to this data, which number is the lowest observation? Lowest observation here, 36 is, sorry, 31 is the lowest observation, and the highest observation is 65. 65 is the highest observation. Now again, now class interval. Class interval has already given here. How we have to prepare the class interval? We will start from here, 30 to 35, and the 35 to 40, then 40 to 50, so on. We have to prepare the class interval in this way. Now we have to see the class size. What is the size of the class? Class size is different between the upper limit minus lower limit. What is the upper limit here? In one, we can choose only one class, 35 minus 30. The size of the class size will be 555. So what we have to do is we have to draw one table here, and we have to start to find the to prepare the frequency table. So you write here the frequency distribution tables. Before we prepare the frequency distribution table, we have to write all this observation first, lowest observation, highest observation, class intervals, and the limited and the class size. We have to complete this first, and after that we have to prepare the frequency table. Now we have to draw the tables. I think everybody understand how to draw the frequency table. First we have to draw in now there will be three division of three parts. Okay, one part will be for the class interval, one part for the daily marks, and one part for the frequency. Here we have to write group or class interval. Weight of the student. Okay, weight of the, we can write here also weight of the student. So we can write class interval also. Here we will write daily marks. Here we will write the frequency, that is number of student. This is the table for the to prepare the frequency distribution. Okay, you have to write here in this group class interval, here in this group frequency. Now we can write here this one is daily mark frequency. This all preparation I think you have learned in our previous class, but only the thing is how to prepare the class interval. Now the class interval, we have to start, the lowest is 31, but we cannot start from the 31. We have to start here in this class interval. Already in the question it was started from the 30 to 31, 30 to 35. So we have to start from 30 to 35. Next one is 35 to 40. Next one is 40 to 50. So after that, up to how much? Up to 65. We have to write this class interval with the size of The difference between the size is 555. Understand? 42, this will be 45. Okay, not 50. 45. Next is 45 to 50. Next is 50 to 55. Next is 55 to 60. Next is 60 to 65. And the last one is 65 to 75. See, we have to find out how many students are there in between 30 to 35 weight. Let's see from the table. How many weight are there? 30 to 35. 32 in between 30 to 34. We have to find out. Okay. One is here. 1, 2, 3. There are 3 students. So in the telemark, we have to write 1, 2, 3. Here in the number of frequency, we have to write 3. Next one for 35 to 39. Okay. So from the 35 to 39, 1, 2, 3. We have 3 students. So we have to write 3 here. The frequency table will be 3. Next 40 to 45. 40 to 44. 1, 2, 3. We have 3. You have to write here 3. Here in the frequency table, you have to write, sorry. This one will be 30 to 35 will be 1, no. The 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay, plus 1. This will be 4. And this 40 to 44, 1, 2, 3, and 4. 4. Okay, next one is 45 to 44. 45 to 44, we have to choose here. 45 to 44. 45 to 44, 45 to 49. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, then we have to write here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now again 50 to 54. How many students? How many students are there? Let's see. 50 to 54. Now 1, only 1. We got only 1. You have to write 1 here. Now 55 to 59. 55 to 59. 55 is 1. Only 1 we have. So we have to write only 1 student. Now 60 to 64. 60 to 64. 60 to 64. We have 60. Only 1 we have here. Here also only 1 student. 65 to 75. Here only 1 student we have. So this is how we are going to prepare the frequency table. We are going to prepare the frequency table in this way. Okay. Now again the total. Here we have to write the total. Total is how much? The total student is 20. Then your frequency table is correct. If the total is not 20, if the frequency number of students is not 20, then your answer will be wrong. Now the total of this number of frequency is 20, then your answer is correct. Because here in the question it says that there are 20 students. These are the weight, the task of this 20 students. And that if you want to find the frequency table, first we have to write lowest, highest, and class interval and a class size. And then we have to prepare our frequency distribution table. This is the class interval has already given in your exercise, in the question. Okay, this is how we are going to prepare the frequency distribution table. Next we have another example again to understand more. Okay, we will have another example. Let's see. This is a second example we have to consider, and we have to prepare the group frequency table, and then from the table we have to answer these 2 questions. Let's see. Here again, here the population of 40 villages in thousands is given below. These are all the population. These are all the numbers of the. These are all the population of 40 villages. Okay, we have to prepare this population of 40 villages in the group frequency tables. The class interval has been already given, 0 to 5 and 5 to 10, so on. And then we have to prepare, we have to find out the highest, we have to find out the these two answer. So let's start solution. In the solution we will have first, if we can write the lowest observation. What is the lowest observation? In here the lowest observation will be 3 4 2, lowest 3 3 4 3. Okay, the lowest observation is 3 and highest observation is what is the highest observation? Highest observation here, let's see which one is the highest observation. 20 is here. 20, yes, the highest observation is 20. Okay, then the class interval is already given in the question. What is the class interval? 0 to 5 and 5 to 10, so on. Understand? Class size. What is the size of the class? Class of the size is 5 minus 0 is how much? 5. The difference between 0 to 5 is 5. Now we are going to prepare the frequency distribution table. We are going to prepare the frequency distribution table. Now again, same thing, we have to draw the tables in the same manner. We have to divide this into 3 portions, 1 and the 2. Now this will be the class interval. We call it population in thousands. The next one is daily marks. The next is frequency. Okay, now see what is the class interval started from 0 to 5. 0 to 5. Next 5 to 10. Sorry. Next 10 to 15. Next 15 to 20. Next 20 to 25. Okay. Now we have to see from 0 to 5 how many villages are there from 0 to 5. We can find out here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There are 6 villages. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6. From 5 to 9, how many villages are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. How many are there? 14. 14 here. 1, 1, 1, 1, 5. 1, 1, 1, 1, 5. Now 10. 1, 2, 3, 4. There are 14 villages. Now 10 to 11, 10 to 14. How many are there? From 10 to 14. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Now 12. There are 12 villages. Okay. 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay. Next one is from 15 to 19. We have to find out how many villages are there from 15 to 19. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There are 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5. Now we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. 18. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now 6. Now from 20 to now from we have 6. Okay, from 20 to 25 we have to find out there are 1 and 2. There are 2 villages for 20 to 25. 1, 2. Here comes 2. Now this is a total. You have to find out the total. Total is how much? 10, 20, 10, 22 carry. It will be 40. Now your frequency table, distribution table is correct. So we have to answer the first one. What is the first question? First answer. Which class has the highest frequency? Which class is the highest frequency? The class 5 to 10 is the highest frequency. Okay. The class 5 to 10,000 has the highest frequency. Number 2. What is the question number 2? Which class has the lowest frequency? 20 to 25 is the lowest frequency, right? It has only 2 villages. The class 20 to 25,000 is the lowest frequency. This is how we are going to find out. We are going to prepare the class distribution table or group frequency distribution tables. Understand? So these are all the how to prepare the group intervals, class intervals, tally marks and the frequency you have already understand. But how to prepare the class interval we have already discussed. So this is how, these are the 2 examples that we have to understand to find out, to prepare the group frequency tables by using the class interval. Why we are using the class interval? If the data are very large, we cannot prepare all the data in the table. So we have to group into the class interval. That is why we are using the class interval. Okay. So thank you, student. This is the first part for this data handlings. In the next class, we will start the histograms. Thank you.